This unit we are going to be doing a persuasive speech, and this video will give you an overview of what to expect. So beginning with a few changes from previous speeches. One is that this will be a longer speech. It will be the longest that you will have the entire semester. So the range is somewhere between 6 to 8 minutes. If you want to go a little bit shorter or a little bit longer, as always, I'm okay with that, but we want to try to stay within that range of 6 to 8 minutes. Consider the fact that there may potentially be a full classroom of people, and so if everybody goes significantly over that 8 minutes, it will end up being a very long time before we hear all the speeches. In addition to that, this is also something that we need to keep in mind for future reference when you go into the workplace. Are you going to be required to give a briefing to a committee or to your boss, and he or she only has 5 minutes for you to do so? So it's the ability to give succinct information, either persuasively or informationally, in a very restricted time length. So 6 to 8 minutes is your requirement. This is a research-based topic, so you will need to pick a topic that has a decent chance of having some good research. And I'm not saying an article in Cosmo. I want you to find research that is quality. So using research databases or books or interviews with professionals in the field or within that area. You want to make sure that you are making use of high quality resources. And you do need 5 of those for this particular speech, 5 separate sources. So for example, if you're doing some kind of a illness prevention and you find great information on the CDC's website, even if you use multiple pages in the CDC's website, you can only use that as one single source. The CDC is one source. Now, let's say you find some information on some other site that references a representative from the CDC. Maybe there's an interview with a person, and they are giving that interview or the commentary on this issue. Maybe you saw a YouTube video or you saw a news broadcast or something like that. That could be considered a second source. It's just the source is the source of information, the place where you attained the information. So please only use each one of those as a single source. Now you can use it multiple times throughout, but you'll need 5 different sources. Also, you'll need some kind of presentation aid, and just to note what that would consist of, you can do PowerPoint or Prezi. You can do a visual of some sort, so an image or an item. I had a student once who did salt in your diet, and she brought in individual salt shakers with varying amounts of salt to demonstrate certain percentages. It actually worked really well because it gave you a good visual of what it means to have a certain amount of salt in your diet. So you could do something along those lines. You can also use video clips. A couple students in the past have done really great clips at the beginning or at the end of their speech that illustrates the point very clearly or grabs your attention if they did it at the beginning of the speech. Keep in mind, though, that if you use a video clip of any kind, it cannot exceed more than 30 seconds of your entire speech. So if you want to do multiple video clips, you are going to need to keep in mind that all of them combined cannot exceed 30 seconds. So the vast majority of your speech should be you speaking, not a video, which is why we have that 30-second limit. And then finally, you'll have a professional attire requirement, just like the previous speech, where you will be required to do something that is considered khakis or better. So no sweats, no jeans, nothing like that. And then you will want to keep in mind any documentation that you need to bring with you. So it could be that you are required to do an outline, or if you need to bring note cards for your own purposes, anything along those lines, keep that in mind for the speech. So hopefully that'll give you a good overview of everything, and you'll be set to go, and I'm excited to hear your speeches, guys. Thank you.